YouTube, what's going on? Your boy T Davis is back, and today we're going to take a look at one of the best formations in Madden 23. This formation is so good. You can run it as a pro, you can run it as a beginner, intermediate. Like, there's so many good plays in this single back bunch X nasty formation. We're going to talk about some of the best plays in it, multitude of different ways you can set up all these plays. You can have a run scheme out of it, a passing scheme. It's so good, and you can really run it at a high level, but it's also easy to run if you are a beginner out there just trying to get to that next level and just get better and better at Madden 23. Now, before we jump right into it, make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel. Hit this video with a like. Any questions you may have, let me know in the comments down below. And also, make sure you're checking all my ebooks and my coaching sessions available down in the links in the description below. We have tons of ebooks. You can request your own Madden ebook. I have coaching sessions, all types of things to help you guys improve your Madden game, play like a pro, like myself. So we're going to jump right into it here. Single back bunch X nasty formation. Before we go over a few of the plays, I want to just look and kind of talk about them for a second in the play call screen here, right? So now this offense is all predicated around, it has a great run attack to go with the passing attack, right? So if you take a look here, we got the wide zone weak play. We'll be able to playmaker this to the left and to the right. So we have that run. It's basically like a stretch or an off tackle type of run, which you guys know is so good every year in Madden. We got the halfback slam and the dive. You can go left or right. We have inside zones. We have a counter, and we have a quick pitch, and we have a slash as well, kind of like an inside zone. But my main things is the wide zone weak and the halfback dive, right? You just mix and match these depending on the look you get. If the defensive line's kind of spread out, we can just take that dive right up the middle. If they're kind of crashed in, maybe they're running that 4-3 even 6-1 or some of those heavy blitz stacked line formations, then we can take the wide zone to the outside for a huge gain and really gash the defense. And that just starts with the running game. Then we open up the passing game, and there's just so many good passing plays and routes in this. You don't even need route chems out there or hot route master or quarterback. Obviously, if you're playing MUT and you have those, you can make this offense like even 10 times better. But it's not even needed because there's already so many good routes in this formation, especially if you're playing a thing like regular teams. Or if in MUT you don't want to spend all the AP on those route chems or hot route master, then you don't really necessarily need them because the plays are already going to have great routes built in. So some of the plays that we like to take a look at here, and it's a majority of them, but PA drag wheel, we're going to have that crosser from the left. PA boot, we can create a nice flood with the corner route to the right side. Let's see what else we have here. PA deep out, I like. There's another play similar to it in this formation. PA boot slide, really good. Resembles the double post play out of gun bunch offset that we see so prevalent and so popular. PA counter is good because we can create a flood concept out of that. Excuse me, hold on. Excuse me, had to do a little sneezing. All right, so PA counter, similar to the other one with the corner route. We can create a nice flood concept to that bunch side. PA cross has the crossing route coming from the right side. So that's what's so cool about this formation. There's crossing routes coming from the left to the right to the left, like all over the place. Slot, outside receiver. We have corner routes. PA post dig is really good. And of course, verticals, as you guys know, always one of the best plays in Madden. And this verticals has a corner route to it as well. So very interesting. But a lot of different plays in this formation. Just wanted to talk about it in the prelude here, but we'll break it down a few of them. Won't get too deep into it. I just want you guys to mess with it, let you guys know how good this is. So we'll start with the wide zone weak formation, right? Or the wide zone weak play. Now the cool thing about this is depending on what you see as far as a look goes from the defense, we can either run the wide zone weak, we can run it to the left, we can playmaker it to the strong side, to the bunch side, or we can audible down to the halfback dive if we get a look we like. Now versus this defense with the line kind of spread like that in this nickel formation, I like to go with the dive right up the middle, right? I'll go ahead and hike it. I'll kind of get behind my blocks. Easy 5 yards right there, depending on the look that I get. Now, running this versus random defenses, so if we get here we go. You see here, we have the strong side, the bunch side, we have the numbers, right? Way more blockers over there than they have defenders. I'm just going to go ahead and flick my stick to the right side, take this wide zone weak to the outside. Now, you can cut it back in like this, Dalvin Cook, and get busy and take it to the crib-owski. So you can either take it to the outside, you can cut it back in. It's like an off tackle from strong close, if you guys remember that, which is very popular last few years in Madden. Same thing here this time. Let's take it to the outside. We're able to still get 5 yards. I didn't get a huge gain like I wanted there, but we still see you take it to the outside. This look here, now one other thing I want to throw into this wide zone is we can use a little motion, right? So we want to take it to the left, motion over our receiver, give us that extra lead blocker going to that left side. Got a little log jam there, but you see what we can do, how many different looks we can give out of this. We can utilize motion, we can utilize the playmaker, we can do so many things One more time here, I'll go with the dive, and I'll add in a little motion blocker here. Hike it when he passes the left tackle, so you get that little extra motion blocker up the middle. So many elements to the running game out of this, and then we can incorporate them into the passing game as well. So let's take a look at some of the plays here that we love out of the passing attack. First one here, PA drag wheel. Random defenses. Now, what you can do out of this is this crossing route to square is absolute money. So if I just run it stock, you'll see it's fine. It's good. You know, if it's man coverage, Justin Jefferson's usually going to win that, right? But we can make this 10 times better with some hot routes. So first one I like to do here is go ahead and streak Thielen, right? I want to have that clear out for Jefferson, especially if it's zone coverage. A streak there is going to clear out the defense. And if we go ahead and hike it, it's going to allow Justin Jefferson to kind of get behind. And you see what that streak does. Clears out the secondary. Now, I got a bad throw there from Kirk Cousins. But if you see here on the replay, that streak completely clears out these zone defenders, right? So watch Thielen here on the streak. He's going to bring back the safety or the outside corner all the way back here in that deep zone. Now, I should have thrown it a little bit earlier. I could throw it there. If I get a good pass lead, like he's clearly in front of the defender, I should be able to throw that all day long. So let's go ahead and do that setup one more time. We'll add in a few more hot routes. Looks like we have man coverage here. But versus man coverage, Jefferson should win that every time. Got a bad animation. But usually if you have a good route runner and a good quarterback, you know, you want that gunslinger ability or set feet lead ability. It's going to allow good passes to your receiver. This time the streak once again clears out for Jefferson. He gets wide open to the sidelines. We're not able to get the pass off. Because what I want to mention is I don't really like to go with play action, right? So that's why I want to throw in here. So we're going to streak Thielen. I'm going to cancel my play action. And I like to use a little either motion slant like this. You can keep the slant how it is. And then I go with a drag to the tight end. Something like this is what I like to do. You can even motion it over to the left side, have dual drags. But I like to do something like this here. So now I have a high-low read depending on where the user goes. Do I want to hit the crosser or do I want to hit the slant? As you see, Jefferson was about to get wide open there. So it stresses the user over the middle with that slant crosser combo, and it allows us to make the right read. Let's go ahead and do it again here. One more time. Motion it out. This time they go over to the slant. We hit the crosser coming to the backside. So you hit one or the other. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. One of the setup for this is, like I said, double drag. So I'll go ahead and drag circle, drag X, streak Thielen, motion over circle. Now I have dual drags underneath, and I have the deep crosser. So if they're playing back, I can just easily check it down to one of these drags over the middle for an easy completion. So a multitude of different ways to set this play up. Let's keep this scheme moving. Let's go to the next play. As you can see there, that time we have the crosser coming from left to right. Now let's find a play where we have the crosser coming from right to left, and that's going to be PA cross. Now, this play is absolute money, just how it is stock, right? You don't need to do too much out of it. Go ahead and hike it. You got the drag, you got the deep crosser, and you got the skinny post over the top. But this time, we like to hit that deep crosser as it gets to the sidelines. Do that a little bit early, but you still see that we have a high-low between the drag and the crosser. Creates a nice concept there. Let's go ahead and run it again one more time like this. This time they're dropping back. We're just going to check it down to our drag underneath every time. So, right? So you got that initially, obviously. Super, super easy. What I like to do also is a little flat wheel combo. So something like this where I'll put the tight end on the flat, running back on a wheel. So versus zones, you know, this wheel usually gets inside the zones like that. You can either hit that or wait for the crosser to come to the other side. So you really stress the user once again with the wheel crosser combo. Let's go ahead this time. See, if they go to the wheel, right, we wait, and we'll have circle eventually coming across. Obviously, I'm not getting any time here. In practice mode, the block sheds are insane. But you see what we're trying to do from a schematic standpoint this time. Bad read right there. Should have hit the tight end flat. Going to the outside. But you see a lot of different things you can create out of this. One other setup I will mention on this, tight end flat. I'll motion over Thielen on a slant. If it lets me, it's not going to let me. I guess you can't in this formation. Okay, let's see if we can motion Hawkinson. There we go. Okay, so we'll use a little motion slant with Hawkinson. Now I have that slant crosser combo there, and we can hit Hawkinson in between that zone coverage. So I'm getting no time in the pocket, but obviously practice mode, you guys know that happens a good amount. So let's go ahead and do it again here. Motion over Hawkinson gives us that slant crosser combo. This time it's man coverage. Hawkinson gets open versus that man coverage possession catch every time. So you can create a nice concept out of this as well. Run through a few more real quickly. Don't want this video obviously to be too long, but just to show you guys how nasty this formation is and how good this scheme is. PA boot slide. Love this. Like I said, it reminds me of double post. I like to wheel the running back, drag the tight end, and streak R1. That streak allows circle to get open on that post. You can go ahead and quick past that wheel. You know, gets in that little seam, that little area of the zone coverage. Same thing here. Now we also have the drag from the tight end going to the C route. So you have a high-low read over there on the left side. If it's man coverage, you know, X was wide open, the C route is going to get wide open. That'll do a great job versus man coverage as well. So literally on this play, you can beat any coverage in the game. That's what makes it so deadly in my opinion. This time we have circle coming wide open, and this offensive line is atrocious. Let's go ahead and do it again. This time, let's go ahead and hit circles. He cuts across just like that. Aggressive catch that. So you see the streak kind of clears out, allowing that post route to get open. Might send a little pressure here. Let's see if we can hit our tight end streak or our tight end drag real quickly. So versus the blitz, you can do something like that, obviously, and you have that high-low going to the left side. All right. Let's see what else we have in this formation. I believe there's a nice corner route play. We also have PA post dig. PA post dig is good too because you have that slot receiver on that deep out route, so you can run something like flood. So put the tight end on a flat like this, and now you have the high low there to the right side. So they're playing back. Obviously, you just check it down to the flat. But that's something I look to as well. Let's go ahead and do it again here. This time we should have Thielen cutting out on that out route just like that. Bad pass lead there. But usually versus man coverage, he beats him to the outside. And zone, he'll get behind the defender a lot as well. Let's go ahead and do it again here. This time they're dropping back. We just check it down to the flat. So it gives you that flood concept, that high-low to the outside. You play back, you check it down to the tight end. They play underneath on the tight end. You should be able to wait and hit Thielen behind it. This time I think we have Thielen to the sideline. Yeah, so that's what you want it to look like. If they're playing hard flats, Thielen coming behind the defense every time. And finally, let's take a look at verticals. I don't need to talk about it too much. You guys know how good verticals is. You know, you motion out the wheel route. You got either wheel route. You got the deep streak or the deep seam route. Versus man coverage is a little bit tougher, but you still sometimes have Thielen on that deep crosser for a laser beam to the sideline. So you guys know how good verticals is. Don't need to get too in-depth into it. Can actually throw the running back on the road if you want to as well. And then obviously you have that motioned out wheel, which is money versus zone if they're dropping back. So this single back bunch X nasty, there's so many different things that you can do out of it. And this is just kind of tipping the iceberg, right? YouTube video for free here. If you guys want more in depth on this, go into my coach or go into the links in the description below, and you can request your own personal ebook, and we'll dive deep into this formation. But it's absolutely loaded. So many good plays, so many good runs. Creates an amazing scheme. Really difficult for the defense to game plan against because everything kind of looks the same, right? You're in the same formation, utilize motion, utilize play action, all these different plays, and they never know what to expect. And that's the whole goal when playing offense in Madden, is you want to have multiple different plays in the same formation to always keep the opponent guessing, off balance, so they never know what to expect. So if you enjoyed this, of course, hit this video with a like, sub to the channel, comment down below any questions. Plenty more tips on the way.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my exclusive content here on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the links in the description below if you want more cool stuff from your boy.